Good afternoon, everyone, from Dunrovin Ranch in Lola, Montana. It's another lovely, warm spring afternoon. The sun's not out bright. It's a little overcast, but it's just been a wonderful, warm day. The horses have been laying in the pasture. Everybody's been laying down and soaking up a few rays. With us, we have again with Brandon Carpenter from Rygate, our wonderful horse trainer who has been here on site and online for many years. Great friend. Hi, Brandon.
Hey, how's everyone doing? How are you, Suzanne?
I'm good. I'm hopeful that you are having as good a weather on your side of the divide as we are over here.
Yeah, it's not as cold. It is warming up, and now we're playing in mud, and we were commenting yesterday how it was just oozing and pushing in front of the pickup tires when we went to feed, and we were kind of complaining about it for about as long as it took to say it. And then right after that was like, we'll never complain about the mud because that means good moisture too. So, you're never satisfied, it seems like.
Yeah.
But, it just brings different challenges and a little bit, different things that none of it is without some kind of cost, I guess is the way to put it. So, but we're warming up. It's still cold at night. I think we were down to about 15 last night, but we haven't had any wind in about the last 4 or 5 days, so that's pretty nice.
Yeah, that's wonderful. And the lack of blizzard during the calving season is really helpful, is it not?
It is, and it's, most years we've been able to calve, that first week in March and really have minimal issues, just a couple of storms, but this has been a normal year, and we forget what normal is like. And so we've got, all that ice, and I see you guys still have ice there too.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, it's melting away, and it's getting better. It's the next thing you know, we're going to be complaining about how hot it is.
Exactly. Well, I see Nicole is out there with her good friend Oggy, and I was just commenting, when she switches out Oggy for Jax, you're not going to notice the difference except the shorter tail. They're almost identical with their winter white coats. Now, in the summer, it'll be easier because Jax has a big, wide blaze on his face, and Oggy does not. So with that, I'm going to turn you over to Nicole and Oggy. Thank you both.
Thank you, Suzanne. Nicole, how are you doing?
I'm doing really good, Brandon. How are you?
Very good. Are you finding stuff that was buried in the snow that you dropped or lost or couldn't find, and now it's starting to reveal itself?
Yeah, very much so.
It happens, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. Well, good. Well, tell us what you've done with Oggy this week. Have you had a chance to do much?
I haven't had a chance to do much. I've been busy with a lot of springtime stuff, but I'm hoping, since everything's starting to melt out a little bit, I can get back into a regular training program with him. But for this week, yeah, he's pretty much had this week off.
Very good. Well, and looking at him from this angle, he's looking very good. He's wintering well. He's got some flesh on him. His legs look good. And so it isn't like he's ailing at all. So I think we can work him and see how well he does.
Yeah.
Well, let's go ahead and let's go right back to the beginning and make him move from one side to the next just by you and your presence and asking him to go back and forth. And then we'll go right to grabbing a light tarp and working him over again.
Okay. Go over.
Yeah, let's go ahead and push him around.
Good boy.
Ah, look at that. Good.
Relax. All right.
Very good. And nice and relaxed. Look at that. Look at that face. He's not defiant at all.
There you go. You got it. One more. Over. There you go. Good boy.
There we go.
Good job.
Much, much better. When look at that, he's chewing, licking. And when you set those expectations early on and you hold him accountable for his actions, this is what the result is. And I would expect him to probably fight us again at some point, but look how much more compliant he was. And it's been a while since you've done that. So that's fantastic. Really good.
Yeah.
So let's do that one more time. Let's move him around again just to see how he responds.
There you go. Good job. Good boy.
Very good. Look at him chewing and licking the whole time. Very good.
Go on. There you go. Good job.
Good. Can you pick his feet up, Nicole, and hold him up and see how he does there? Where I know this is pretty basic stuff, but let's just see what he does.
Okay.
Look at him shifting his weight. That's very good. Very nice. He was anticipating you walking up to him, and those are some of these signs I'm looking for. Watching just to see what his mental state is, whether he's going to plant that foot harder or he's going to move to help you lift that up. Outstanding. Why don't you stretch it out forward?
Oh, his front leg?
Yeah, that's all right. But you're moving you're onto something else. That's just fine. And this is the one where he usually has had some work done with, on that rear foot. So it's kind of understandable that he might be a little guarded with it. Now he's kind of planting his foot. So squeeze that tendon. There you go. Squeeze hard. Make him pick that up. Make him lift it for you. There we go. This is some of the stuff we want to make sure that we can work through. There you go. Now just pull it straight forward, stretch it out. And he's got to be okay doing this and very compliant. There we go. Go ahead and put your hand right underneath his foot and hold him up by his hoof wall. Can you get your hand under that? There you go. That'll make it a little easier for you to hang on. There we go. And when he relaxes for a good while, then you can put it down. And don't let him put any weight on it. Don't let him pull it away from you. And he's pulling. I can see it in his shoulder. Back. And then when he relaxes, praise him for it when he relaxes. There we go. There we go. And don't let him put any weight on it either. There we go. Yeah, that's better.
There you go. Good boy.
Stretch it out. And then when he completely relaxes and lets you have it, then you can drop it whenever you feel right.
There you go. Great. Good job.
Very good. Yeah, do the same thing with his hind. Oh, look at that. He picked that up for you really nicely. Very good. Very good. Yeah, and you've got it so it's not straining him by lifting it too high. Just about right, Nicole. That's very good.
Boy. Good job.
Good. Now go ahead and pull it forward up under his belly. So if you pick that up and pull it forward like the front one, as if you're going to stick that up on a kind of a shoeing brace or trimming. There we go. And you can pick that up a little higher. You can do it. You can flex those joints. So lift it. There you go. Good. Very good. That way you can ensure that you're going to be able to work on him and put that foot up and he's comfortable with holding it up there. Yep. Okay. Pick him back up. There you go. Good. Immediately put him back, and then pick that foot up. Very good. Excellent job.
There you go. Good boy.
Did you see how he lifted that other foot?
Yeah.
That's part of that confusion I was talking about last week. He's willing to lift it for you. Very good. Very good. And you don't want to hurt your own back doing this, so do what's best and most comfortable for you, but make him lift that leg up too. And it's hard for him to lift it unless he's going to kick, but, because they got that weight sitting there, but you can pick it. There you go. I like to grab each side of the bottom of the hoof and then hold it that way so I'm not pinching my fingers between his fetlock and the...
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, so, because you can see how that flexes. There you go. That a little easier?
Yeah.
Not somewhat, maybe. It just depends on your hand size and stuff, too. But it's good that he has to pick that up and feel that where it's being supported on his foot, not his pastern and fetlock areas. There you go. Very good. He looks completely relaxed. Oh, nice. Very good. Like how you picked that up a little higher and flexed that, and he did not respond. Excellent. You can drop that anytime you want, Nicole. That's a good long time. And sometimes, as you know, when you're trimming on them, you can have that foot up there for quite a while. So
yeah.
They need to stand there as long as you want them to stand there and support that foot. They can stand on 3 feet just fine on their own. They need to be able to take that weight away from you, but still comply with having a relaxed foot. All right, let's try the other side now. Do exactly the same thing front and back.
There you go. There you go.
There you go. Good.
There you go. Good boy.
So just squeeze the tendon above that joint, that ankle joint. And so that way, when you reach up and touch, you're not picking his foot up. He needs to pick his foot up for you. So if you just squeeze those tendons, that'll help with him, giving him a really good signal, because there's nothing else you would do to that leg to elicit that kind of response that you want. Very good. Yeah, there's no way he could confuse that cue. Oh, look at him. Look at you. Smell. He's like, are you sure I want to do this? No. Very good. He's trying, but he's also giving to you. That's good. And again, don't hurt your back. And at some point, if you had that, and I think I see one against the barn, you've got a stand there, don't you? A hoof stand.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's put that foot down and go grab that.
Okay.
There you go. Very good. Yeah. We're gonna integrate this in there a little bit. Now he's had his feet worked quite a bit, I would imagine.
Yeah.
So this shouldn't be a big deal to him. Perfect. Go ahead and set it. Go ahead and set it out there away from him a little bit, so he has to stretch that foot out. So set it closer. Yeah, there you go. Just pick it up and then set it in place. There you go. Out there away from him, or he needs to give you some room to work. And you may have to adjust it for exactly where he's at, but very good.
Good job.
There you go. And we'll just make him stand there like that for a bit. Very good. Praise him for that when it's nice and relaxed. And of course, when you're actually working on that foot, doing some trimming, you want him to have a little bit of pressure on that. Otherwise, you'll just push it off of the top of the stand.
Yeah.
When you see how he's moving forward, very Yeah.
Boy.
And when you move to the back, we'll do the same thing. Oh, good. Good job. Good save. Very good correction on that and making him do what you want. Very nice.
There you go. Good boy. Good job. Yeah. Good boy.
Excellent. And we're gonna break this up a little bit differently. Yeah, you're good. Bring him over. Good job. Make him come over to you instead of against that wall all the time. So make his hind end go out there 90 degrees to the rail. There you go. Almost. And he's a little confused because you're standing in him and he's expecting you to push him.
Right.
So that's all right. Go ahead and work on the other side of him and then push him around so he's 90 degrees to your rail. So go around his hind end. There you go. And just have him stop right there. Very good. Now walk up. Excellent. Yes. Whoa. Yep, push him back around. Don't let him stop. There you go.
No, you're gonna stand.
There you go. Now just walk around him. Good, very good. Kind of keep your hand on him, I think, a little bit as you're moving around, and that lets him know that he just is fine. He's just standing right there because you're not pushing on him. You're just making contact with him. So go ahead and do like you did before. Walk up to his hip, put your hand on his hip, pat him, and then just work your hand around his hind end. There you go. And then walk around him. Same thing.
Nope.
Right there. There you go. That's all right. Right there. You're good.
Oh.
There we go. He'll figure it out. Don't let him walk too far. There we go. Yep. Now if you touch him, good boy. Tell him whoa. Make him listen. Yeah, tell him whoa. Very good. Better. Much better. Much better.
Back over.
That's all right.
Whoa. Oh. You're standing. Yeah.
But this is good discipline. Making him stand where you want him to be instead of you chasing him everywhere. This is some of the hard, boring work.
You're going to stand right there.
There you go. Just go ahead and set your stand down. Yeah, your hoof stand down. Reach up, maybe there. Just keep doing what you're doing. Touch him. Put it down. He knows what you want. Oh, he's lifting that foot up for you. That's okay. Just like that. Yes. Just keep going. Just keep picking that foot up. Because he's really 90 degrees to that rail where you really wanted him. So pick it up. Mm-hmm. Good. And then move that stand around you. Very good. It's all right. You're fighting him a little bit. He's fighting you. That's okay. Excellent. He's kind of throwing him off balance, so pull that stand towards you a little bit, towards his front leg. Make him stretch or make him reach with it. Because right now he's kind of kinked up. So move it forward a little bit more. There you go. Now put your foot up on there. You'd be surprised how far forward that hoof needs to go. A little bit more. Just a little bit further forward. I'd even go just a little bit more, Nicole. There you go. Okay. That kind of relaxes those joints a little bit, and especially up in his hip, because they'll get cramps too. They'll get cramps in their muscles around those joints. So stretching that out so he has a chance to, kind of work those kinks out and not be quite so bound up on the angles of those joints as he's moving. Very good. Very good. Is he relaxed a little bit more now? Oh, yeah, look at that face. Look at those ears.
Come on.
Very good. You're doing great. There, sliding that up under his belly a little bit is just right because he stepped to the side a tiny bit, but not enough that you'd want to move him and start over. He's fine. Very good.
Boy.
Now just reach yourself up and stand beside him and pet him and just have him keep that foot up there on that stand so that you're not bent over. There you go. Now just pet his back. There we go. Make him stand there. That's all right. Now put it back. And those things are nearly indestructible, so that's all right. We go back around. There you go. Good.
Stand.
Yeah, you saw him start to lean. Very good. That's all right. Right there. Now go ahead and just push him back around. Leave your stand there next time. If he does it again, and then take him over to it. So if he does that again, just leave your stand, and then we'll see where he ends up if he tries to step over the top of it. And sometimes they will.
Oh.
He's kind of looking underneath of that. There we go. Now go ahead and walk to him. There we have a better position. He's just pushed over a little bit, and that's not a problem. And we're asking a lot of him. So bring his face over first.
Sorry, my microphone just died.
That's all right. I can hear you now.
Okay.
I looked like you were having a little malfunction there.
Yeah. Let me see. Can you hear me if I just stick my phone in my pocket?
Well, we'll see. We'll have to give it a quick fix and see what happens. I think we can. We may get a little bit of noise as you move, but so far it's sounding good. There we go. He's looking at that stand. He knows where he has to go. Very good. That's fine. He's stepping over the top of it. Now moving back over just a little bit. Just make him go right back over the top of it. Well, look at that. He's thinking about it. Now he just picked his foot up.
Okay. Oh. You got it. Oh.
If you need to grab him by the halter and just give him a little bit of a nudge, do the same. Do that right now, Nicole. Go over to his halter lead on the side you're on. Just go up to his head, and then just kind of pull him to you a little bit. Pull. So he takes a step. There we go. Keep coming. Keep coming. Keep coming. Ask him. Keep coming. You're going to get to the end of that pretty quick, but just ask him to keep coming. There we go. Now turn his nose away from you a little bit so that he'll round his body and turn. So push his nose away and to the right so that he has to turn that body a little bit. There you go. Yep. So grab him by the halter lead so you don't pinch your fingers up there in that nose band. Throws his foot or throws his head around. There we go. Yes. There. Now just reach in front and touch him on the shoulder on the other side just to kind of push him around. If you can do that subtly from the front. Yep. Keep going. He's starting to move. Keep going. You're doing great. He's starting to move. He's rounding that body out.
There you go.
There we go. Yeah. Better.
You had it.
So go ahead and swap hands. Go ahead and let go of his lead rope and put that left hand over there and just on his shoulder, get him to move over. There you go. Go ahead and do that. Push him around with his shoulder. Good. Keep going. Very good. Right. One more step. Let's just make him move a little bit more. There you go. Now come back under. Just work your way down his neck. And you'll notice he lifted that leg up. He knows what you're wanting from him. There we go. There we go. That's better. Now just work back to his leg, pick it up and put it on that stand. You'll have to move that stand under him a little bit. That's okay. Because we want it to be kind of forward but stretched out.
Job.
Very good. Oh, look at that. He's lifting that foot for you. Nice. There you go. I like it. You might have to stand on the stand too, just so it doesn't tip over. Put a foot on it, and then there you go. Now just stand up. Keep talking to him, telling him he's a good boy, and just go ahead and stand up so you're not bent over. That'll make you hunchbacked after a while on the lower end. Look at that. Better. Praise him. Really praise him for that. That's all right. He stopped. Good job. Excellent job. Excellent job of catching him. And he's looking at you. Very, very good. Big old blink I can see on him. Can you move that just a little bit more forward again now? And keep his foot on it? Just lift his foot off of it, slide it forward, reposition his foot. A little more. There we go. I like that. That's a little more stretched out. Do the same thing now. Stand up. Praise him for it. Good catch. Good job. Good job. You're giving him no other options other than to stand right there, and you're doing it before he can put that foot on the ground. So your timing is very good. And you're anticipating, look at that. He's fine. It's not going to kill him. He's not going to lose a leg over it. Although we got to kind of convince him of that. Very good. All right. Now, don't pet him at all. Just make him stand there. Don't put any kind of distractive type of stimulus to it. There we go. Just stand there, talk to him, tell him he's doing good. And then as long as he's standing quiet, then just don't say a thing. But correct him if you need to. Very good. Look at that. Great job. This is good discipline. Very good discipline. And, we kind of change things as we're going. Yeah, look at that. He knows he needs to keep it there. Very good. Let's give him just a few more seconds, and then you can take it off and stretch his leg back. Very good. He's balanced. He's relaxed. If he would stand there that whole time like that, when you're putting some trim on him and grasping that foot down, you can't ask for more than that. You're not having to do all the work on your back. Very good. Very good. Yep. Good job. Come on back. Stretch it out. Keep it low, but stretch it out. There you go. That's okay. Pick it up and put your knee under there so it has something to rest on. There we go. Yep. And it's straight back, so you're not twisting his leg out to one side or the other. Very good. Now just pound on the bottom of that hoof. He thinks he's got to take control. You're doing great. Hang on. Oh, he's taking a little hop there, trying to get. Oh, good. He lost. He lost that little battle. Very, very good. Very good. Now just pound the bottom of his hoof, the sole of his foot too. just to kind of slap it, tap it. There you go. Get him used to that. And he should be used to that. He's just making an issue. Excellent. I would let him down now. Now, the only thing we didn't do is pick up that front foot and put it backwards, folded up. We stretched it out.
Oh, yeah.
So whenever you're ready, just pick it up and hold it for a bit till he relaxes, and then continue to hold, and then let him down. Yeah, you don't need that now. Good. Now we're kind of
backwards.
Yep, just bring it, but yeah, just like it is. Just bring it up. Just bring it back. Can you put a knee on either side of his foot? So you're going to have to put his foot down and stretch your leg over the top. There you go. Go between your legs from behind. So kind of step, there you go. Now you can kind of squeeze your knees together. People who ride, their knees go apart. Horseshoers, their knees go together. And we all walk funny. Very good. Good. Now, he moved a little bit, but you know what? That's okay, because you were wanting to, the primary goal here was to get him to push that foot up, keep it up, and he didn't move far. He only moved about a step to the right, but he stopped. He didn't continue to move, so very good. All right, now I'd just go ahead and let his foot down anytime you're ready. He's much better, Nicole, much, much better. Notice mentally, his head's not up. He's not trying to be quite as confrontational with you. I mean, you're making a really good headway with him. Even not working him, with all of this ice and stuff that you guys have had in that issue, he's doing really well. And that's only because he knows that there are boundaries that he has to respect, and that you're going to hold him accountable and make him do what you're supposed to do, or what he's supposed to do. So very good. Very good work. Hey, let's grab a tarp now and go to work on him. Let's take that hoof stand, take it back, and grab that lightest tarp that you had. And we'll put him in hand this time instead of having him on the rail. The only reason I want you to untie is just so that he doesn't blow backwards or something and, tear a rail up or something like that. There's no sense in that happening. Very good. Look at him smell it. So let's do all of the exercises you did before with him, and just to refresh. And you don't have to be gentle about it. You can be fairly fast moving.
Okay.
Very good. Very good. There, good job. You wanted to move off. You kind of moved to the front, pulled him back where he needed to be. And remember, the last thing he was not as good about, but he was pretty dang good, was pulling that down over his face, letting it stand there or set, and then dragging it down over the front of his nose. So we'll work on that as well. But he's doing actually pretty dang well. Always helps to work upwind, doesn't it? And I will turn that horse to get of course, I live in windy country, so when I'm working and I change sides, I will work so the wind is to my back. So I just have to throw it up and let that wind carry that sack or that tarp or whatever it is over his back instead of working and trying to throw it into the wind. I mean, it kind of sounds obvious when you point it out, but there's no reason that he can't be moved when it's on your terms. You're the one that's moving it. Yeah, so he's moving away from the pressure. He's got some self-inflicted pressure in his mind on where that tarp is, and he wants to be away from it. So you're doing the right thing, just pushing him right back where you want him and doing your thing. So go ahead and stand up next to his shoulder. That way you're not kind of shaking it in his face quite so much, but you can work it over his neck and then pull it down over his face. There you go. Yeah. And the whole idea is that for him to not move while you're doing this, and you're giving him every opportunity to move, but expecting him not to. And when he does, then just correct him. Shake, rattle, movement. That's all good. The sound. Very good. You're reading my mind. I was just thinking, oh, let's open that thing up and then now drag it forward over his head. Nice. There we go. Very good. All right, so there's what we have to work on right there.
Should I take it over his head pretty quick, or should I kind of leave it and let him?
Yeah, go slow to begin with. Just put it over his ears so he can still see and let him stand until he really is kind of calm with it. And then just incrementally pull more and more up as he is relaxed. And then as he starts to move and you realize that you're not going to get anything, any more static standing from him, then just go ahead and slowly pull it off and he will move, but then we just correct him and start all over again. So yeah, just slowly pull it up to his ears. And as long as he can see, he should be okay. So you can probably pull it mostly over his face right there. Let him see, let him watch. There we go. Give him a chance to feel it. And all he's doing is moving his head. It's moving with him. He's got sound. He's smelling it. Very good. He can still see. That's fine. Just let him do what he's doing. He's not moving. So as he settles down, now slowly pull it forward a little bit more. Very good. Good job. Good correction. Not letting him move. There you go. Yep. Very good. He can still see forward. He's fine. He thinks he might die, but he's not going to. And you got to remember, horses are claustrophobic. They stay alive by being able to see. So this is one of those things that's, we're training against nature. Now go ahead and just pull it forward, pull it off over his head, and let it fall in front of him. Good job. Good job. Excellent. So that's really the best case scenario, what we want, because he didn't move. So we just need to keep doing that until he's not so anxious about it. You can see his head was moving and he was wanting that off of his face, but let's just keep doing that. Good job. You're doing really good with your timing on this too.
Okay. Thank you.
I couldn't tell. Was he chewing a little bit there?
Oh, I'm not sure. I wasn't looking.
Okay. Yeah, no, I couldn't tell. Maybe he wasn't. But if he does, if he, licks and chews while you're doing that, then praise him for it. Especially if he's not moving, he's just accepting it. Here we go. Good. And then once he's really calm with all of this and pulling that off, without, like you just did, you stopped because he raised his head. That's perfect. That's exactly the right thing to do. Let him calm down. And then I will do exactly what you're doing there. And then all of a sudden I'll grab the side of it and then just whip it off of him like you're trying to keep all of the china on a table at that big dinner party, showing off your skills, right? Good. He's calm. So go ahead and pull it forward. Grab a little bit of slack out of that line. We don't want him moving. You want to be able to correct him if you can. So take some more of your halter line. Yeah, see that? There we go. Always make sure you can be able to correct him if you need to. And just go ahead and pull it a little bit. Good job. Doing good. He's got one eye he can see out of. Perfect. I like the way he's really becoming accustomed to this. This is good. He's just trying to smell it and move his head around a little bit so he can see. That's all natural. It's like a little bit of chewing going on. Very good. Yeah. You get used to that, and then just pull it off forward once you start to cover his eyes. See how far we can get with it. Pull it forward. Cover him up a little bit more. There we go. Good. And then now, just make him stand there. Good. Not bad. He only took a step back with his front. Not bad at all. Let's do it again. Go ahead and correct that foot. Let's pull him forward. I hate it when that happens. Kind of get him so he's, not there we go. Now he's more standing up instead of off balance a little bit. Good. Bring him to it. And if you need to reach under and get it, that's fine too. Be creative. Any scenario is fine.
Yes. Extending.
Good. See him jump a little bit?
Yeah.
Kind of in place. Not much of a jump. It just kind of spooked him a little bit, but he didn't overreact, so that's good. Same thing. Now just bring that thing forward. Keep doing just exactly what you were doing. Because we want to get as much repetition as we can and get him to get calmer and calmer and more accepting about it every time you do it. This truly is about doing it time and again, where he can start to expect the same outcome, which is nothing's going to happen. There we go. Very good. Well, his whole body is moving, but his feet are at least stationary. For the moment, there we go. Good correction. Okay, now go ahead and pull that thing off. Just pull it forward nice and gently. Just steadily pull that thing right off over his head. Keep coming. Keep pulling. There we go. Not bad. You got a little bit more of a pull back, but that's okay. We'll just keep doing that more and more and more. Look at him chewing a little bit. That's good. Reading that body. There. Now just go ahead and pull it right over his head. We won't even hesitate this time. Better. That's better. Good. 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 Still moving, but you're making some headway with him. Okay, shorten your lead up a little bit. There you go. He's going to walk off on you. Good job.
Good boy.
Good. Go ahead and pull that thing right off his face. Better. Even better again. He just leaned back, but he didn't move on that front end. That's important. Very good. Good. All right, good. Look at that. Now he just moved his head that time. He didn't lean back, so you're getting better and better and better at this all the time. Outstanding. I think we're probably work on this week if you can. I know your springtime is you're getting busier and busier, but if you can do this, and then really, kind of get faster and faster at it, and then all of a sudden stop and just make him stand there with it, covering his face for a while. He doesn't move. He's comfortable with it, and then pull it off. Doing all of those things that you can think of like that, you're going to be very, very good, and he'll get better at it as well. So I think we're making some really good headway with him. And, again, we gotta really drive this training into him because we have to overcome so much of that spoiled brat mind. I think like Jack's handled better in hand than he does.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's good. Are we ready for Jax now?
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's do this. We're going to use this tarp with Jax too. Let's tie him up like you had, last time. And then we'll just start in on him with a kind of an introduction of the tarp, but we're going to use it as a tool to kind of try to induce a little bit of spook to get him to put some resistance on that inner tube. And then once that's done, and if we have some success and actually get him to listen, then we're fine. But then we're going to have to desensitize him to that anyway. But this is a time when you can use this as a tool for desensitization, but also as a tool to make him try to do something else. Because the more you do it, even if he spooks a little bit, you're still desensitizing him. Because you're not, the consequences aren't bad for whatever you're doing. So yeah, let's go ahead and trade some horses now. But you're doing a good job on him. It's very good.
Thank you.
How long is it gonna take you, Nicole, to grab Jax?
Like 5 minutes.
Suzanne, do you want to kind of alter what we're doing while she's getting Jax, and we'll talk about what happened this week here? Suzanne's still muted.
Okay, thank you for thinking of that, Brandon. That would be great. So Brandon did send us a quick updated little video that I'll show here. And I think people are going to be delighted to see the outcome of what your efforts have produced from the last time we talked to you.
All right.
All right, here we go.
Well, here's our success stories. That is one of the two that we brought in together on a week ago today when it was so stormy, so bad that this cow had abandoned the calf. She gave up on it. And this cow is a heifer, the very first one that calved, lost a calf. And she has taken this twin that we found that had just been born and was near death. One of the worst I think I'd ever seen. If I kick her up out of her bed and see what happens now, encourage her to move, you'll see she should go up to this heifer. The light will turn on here in a minute. She goes, oh yeah, I forgot about this. I can go and nurse. So this should be a success. Come on, go over there. There we go. And that heifer has been just letting her nurse. Has kind of taken her. See, she smells her just like a mother does. Make sure it's her calf. And the calf starts nursing. And we're good to go. And then 114, her calf, is right over here. Let's go over to her. See if I can get this cow to come back to her, because she also had given up on her. So this was the other one that was a real struggle to stay alive. She was mostly froze. You can see her ears are curling up. She's going to lose those ear tips. And look who's right on my tail. Yeah, her nose is black. Frostbite hasn't started to peel completely yet. She's got a little bit of a snotty nose, but you can see those ears are... She's definitely going to lose those hips of those ears, if not more. But it wasn't until just a day or so ago, 2 days ago, that she started nursing. We could not get her to accept a nipple from a bottle. I was literally having to tube her to get enough hydration in her. And look what she's doing now. She was almost in just a catatonic state. Really didn't have any idea or will to nurse. And now she's coming over here. Of course, I'm moving, so the cow's going to move. And you might be able to hear her when she latches on. Well, the cow's going to move, but she's been nursing on her own and knows what to do. It's been a couple of days, and we'll keep her up for maybe another day or two. Her and this one that's now nursing over here, that heifer's taken on that baby, a twin, and so we got success there. Number 86, her and that calf can go out today. We're going to let them go and be free. So we've got 3 calves, saved all 3 of them. They are nursing, doing what they want to do, need to do, and self-sufficient as you can be with needing a mom. All in all, really good story to this. Like these kind of endings. Well, here's our success stories.
I think I told you earlier, Brandon, our chat is down, but I can assure you that everyone is smiling as much as I am. That's beautiful to watch, really beautiful. And I have to say, it is so wonderful for us to be able to connect with a rancher who knows what he's doing and has the heart and energy and courage to do it. So thank you.
Well, I don't know whether I got the know-how. I damn sure got the stubbornness to not quit. So I think that's sometimes what it takes. But yeah, all of those calves and cows, those 3 are out now. They are out in the pasture with the other cows that have calved. And the one who has the heifer for a mother, we handled her enough that when we go out there to feed and I'm out cutting a bale and Lisa's driving the pickup, that calf actually chases me around. And we were having a little foot race the other day. I was running from her and seeing if she would keep up. And oh yeah, she was keeping up. She wanted her ears scratched. So I'm hoping that kind of behavior goes away after a while and they forget that we're not supposed to be that friendly. We got to be acquainted, but not friendly. So it's worked out, but yeah, they're all doing great. Day by day, I see that one calf's ears they look like shriveled paper. They're getting, they got froze, so they lost any kind of blood flow through there, and they will eventually, they'll just kind of decay and fall off. And there's not much you can do. There's nothing you can do about it. It's just one of the things that happens in that kind of a situation. But we did notice yesterday her nose is starting to peel. She's taking that outer piece of hide off, and the other one that we saved with her the same way. She wasn't frostbite quite as bad, but they're losing some skin on their noses. But it sure beats the alternative for them.
Well, for those of viewers who haven't been with us for a while, I have to say that one of Brandon's pet cows is a cow named Ears, who started life out the very same way. And she's just a marvelous cow. In fact, when I visit your place, I want to take her home. She's terrific.
Yeah, we got very lucky with her. A lot of times, one of the things that can happen when they're that cold is that they can get damage to their feet. Their digestive system sometimes doesn't work like it should, and that can be a lifelong issue with them. It didn't happen to be that way with the one, ironically, we call her Ears, even though she doesn't have any ears, and this one as well. So this one is, I said the other one was as froze or as close to death as that I'd ever seen. And she was for the few days until we got this other one. I mean, I've never seen one. I almost gave up on her myself. I didn't know if that was going to be something that was going to be really something to try to save or not. And, to Lisa's credit, she's the one who really, really spends the time, and she's got that mother touch. But I don't think I would keep this calf. I mean, she's really going to honestly go for as a slaughter animal, because she may not be able to reproduce and hold up with any kind of damage that she's got on her feet, for a long term, for many years. So, you have those stories just like we do with Ears, and we got very lucky with her, but I don't know that I would take a chance on this one that would really, need to be euthanized or something later on if you didn't keep her for, or get her prepared for as a slaughter animal.
Yeah.
That's just really you hate to say that, but that's the honest truth of what you got to do and what's going to happen with them.
Well, I think that everybody understands that, Brandon, and I think people's concern is that however long their life is, that it's a good one. And I think that's what you're committed to, is providing them with a very good life. Yeah,
and I think I've said that before. We try to give them the best care, the best life that we can. They're food for us, and you provide a good life up until you get a very quick ethical death.
Yes, that's exactly wrong. And I personally have no problem with any of that. I do think it's really important that the quality of the life be part of the operation. And that's where you really show us how to do it right. And we're all grateful for that.
Well, thank you. I really appreciate that. Yeah, it's important to us, that things turn out well like this. They don't always turn out well, but that's reality as well.
I'd also like to point people who have not been with us for a long time to Judy Blunt's book called Breaking Clean. She describes one of the winters in which a majority of the cows that they ended up with had those kinds of problems because they got caught in a storm. And this can happen in Montana, particularly eastern Montana. You get it to the point where the snow drifts and you can't even get out there with hay. It's just, part of life, part of the risk that people take when they're in the ranching industry.
Yeah, no, that's exactly right. And you do the best you can, but, just like these, I was out while Lisa had one in the house. I was out looking for the other one just in case I could save it if it was still alive. And, I left the pickup, had a calf sled with me, and I was able to get out to it. I would have never got to it with a vehicle. I would have got stuck. There was just no way that was going to happen. And loaded it up, and then I drug it back. So you do what you got to do and hope to minimize the damage to them as much as possible. And you handle them like you do any other kind of patient. Really, it's a emergency at that portion and time. And if you handle them rough, you can put them into cardiac arrest. All of the things you would do with a normal human that's cold like that as well, that can happen. So you really have to be kind of an emergency medical personnel at the same time, and how you treat them, especially early on, and not warm them up too fast. There's all kinds of things you really don't, we haven't talked too much about, but these are precautions you take.
And I think there's this edge. Life is resilient, but it's also fragile. And that's where a person has to sort of make some judgments as to which side of that line it's on. Is this a calf that's resilience is coming through and you can, with some help, bring it over? Or is this the fragility is to the point where it's not going to sustain?
Yeah, that's right. Very, very true. And we got another story for you, and I'll have a little bit of video on that, on a calf that was calved just the other night, and a little unusual, and I didn't catch it right away. I noticed it was having a little trouble getting up, but it's up now. But a little foreshadowing, I affectionately call him Tiny Tim. So we'll have some video on that for you as well.
Oh, that's great. I do see that Nicole is now ready with Gentleman Jack's out there. And as you can see, he's almost indistinguishable from Oggy, although I think his draft mother's showing through in terms of his stature.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You can see that nice full hind end, kind of a little belly, but they all got bellies when they're that age too. That's a little tough for them, that first winter without mom.
Okay, Nicole.
All right. Look at it. He's fixated on something.
Oh, there's horses across the street now, so that might be
okay.
what he's interested in.
Well, let's grab that tarp and just kind of play with it right there. Make a lot of noise with it, like you're kind of just crunching it up. Not necessarily, you're not folding it, but just kind of wadding it up and make some noise and see if he jumps. Go ahead and walk up towards him while you're doing that as well. And if he starts to jump back, then just release that pressure by moving back and quitting doing what you're doing. This little guy's remarkable. There we go.
He's just annoyed with me right now.
That's all right. I am just so pleased with this little guy. He has got such a good mind. Go ahead and just toss that at his front feet. Look at that. Nice. Very nice. We're going to up the ante a little bit. Can you reach that and pull that between his front legs? So take him behind his front legs and pull it forward, so that way you're putting more distance between you and him if things go awry. There you go. Yeah, around the back. There we go. That's better. And now just pull that forward and step back away from him. Very good. Let's do that several more times just to try to get him to move. Oh, a little chewing going on. That's good. Yeah, he might wake up here a little bit. Very good. Let's go ahead and do the same thing, only let's have you be on the other side of him a little bit. There you go. Good. I'm glad you adjusted that halter. That was very good. just prepping him for just in case things go bad. And he might be a little bit more skittish on this side than the other side. He seems to be eyeballing you a little bit more now. Yeah. Back up. There we go. Yeah, he's a little more comfortable, it seems to be, on his off side than he is with you on his near side. Yeah, let him work away from you. That's good. Yep, just keep doing it. Just be careful that he doesn't lunge forward if he comes really unhinged and then really puts a lot of pressure. Then he may leap forward at you. So he's a little less comfortable on this side. That's all right. That's good. I like how he's coming to the end of some of that pressure and he stops. Nice. Very nice. Very good. Nicole, go ahead and throw that up towards his shoulder and just touch him on the shoulder with it. Just kind of flog it towards him so that makes him kind of back up or go forward. So just kind of pick it up and there you go. Yeah, toss it at him.
There you go.
I think we got a defective horse. He was kind of born without some spook, maybe.
Yeah.
There we go. That's all right. Good. Very nice. Oh, my goodness. Look at that. He didn't really put much pressure on that, and he's giving to it, yet at the same time now he's calming down. See how you can use this tarp for two different purposes, two completely opposite purposes, doing exactly the same thing. It's all about the context. Very good. Oh, look at his hind legs. He's still not sure about this, but he is braced out, ready to back off. Very good. Look at the set his ears have taken. He's a little bit annoyed, but he's a little bit fearful. He's really guarded on this near side. Read that body language. Very good. Oh, I love how he's just not really responding much at all. Fantastic. Can you move to the other side now and do the same thing?
Yeah.
And if you do that, believe it or not, if he does exactly the same thing as this on the other side, we need to quit him because he is learning so much right here. Yeah, go ahead and push him. He should push around. Go ahead and put some pressure on him.
There you go. There you go.
He's still braced on that hind end. Now go ahead and as you can, don't slap him quite as hard. Just kind of throw it up over his shoulder, but approach him so that he knows you, he's comfortable with you, so that you become the comfort of what's going on right there close to him. It's a little bit of a psychological trick where you're pulling something new on him, but you are the one who is comforting him just because your very presence where you're at, and you're not being quite as assertive with that tarp, is teaching him that it is just fine. Very nice. That's exactly what I was hoping to see out of him. He's still a little bit braced on that hind end. His head is up. But look at him. He's starting to focus on something else away from you instead of being guarded with those ears. There he's. I mean, and you had to touch him to get him to move his ears. Now he's looking at something else again. Look at that. Very nice. So why don't you grab that halter lead and just make him come forward a step to see if he will unbrace that hind end. See how his feet are dug in a little bit on the back?
Yeah.
Yeah, so just have him come forward.
Good.
Till he unbraces. One more. Just get him to square up a little bit with both feet. There you go, right there. Now go ahead and let him smell that tarp. Praise him. Oh, good job, because he moved up very nicely for you. So let him smell the tarp. Yeah, he's kind of disinterested. He'd rather see what's going on over on the other side. There we go. Now go ahead and as he's explored that fully, and once he's done, then just go ahead and just kind of lightly throw it up on his back like you did when you were close before, and do exactly the same. Oh, praise him for that. He's chewing. Praise him.
Good boy.
Yeah. Very good. Go ahead and throw that up on his back now. He's still slightly braced, but it's not bad. Not bad at all. Go ahead and pull him forward with that on his back. Kind of get him to unbrace him. Yeah, he just kind of grabbed his hind end a little bit. There we go. There. He's unbraced. That's good. Now go ahead and go to the other side. Make some noise. Pull it off of him. And with this, I think we should be done with him, because you are making really, really good headway with him. Oh, it's okay. He's going to smell it himself. No problem. This is very good. It's pretty relaxed. He's not braced on his feet. His body's relaxed. His head's relaxed. His chin's a little tight, but that's certainly to be expected. Geez, I think this is really good, Nicole. Look at him moving. He's moved forward. He's got all of the pressure off of that halter, and he's about as far forward as he can come without making contact with his neck. That is how success works quite quickly. But look what kind of work you got done there. Mentally, you got him to move away and take pressure onto that halter and then give to the pressure. At the same time, you're desensitizing him with something that is kind of spooky, but he gets over it. And he did remarkably well with both of those. I'm really impressed with this little guy. Very good. Yeah, praise him. And give yourself a good pat, too.
Thanks.
You did really good. You did really, really well. Oh, there you go. With that, I think we better call that. That's okay. Very good work in a very short time.
Yeah.
This is what we build on, and we hope that we can achieve. And you get more and more out of him. And if you get a chance to work him this week, do exactly the same thing.
Okay.
All right. Oh, look at it. He's going to step towards you. Oh, my goodness. Look at that. Fantastic. Praise him for that and pet him. That's great. He moves towards that pressure. All right. Good job.
Well,
great job,
you.
Nicole. Hey, we'll see you guys next week then.
Yeah.
All right. Bye.
Bye, guys.